is Side A.
Hello, welcome to the 1 year anniversary and huge extravaganza that is episode 20 of the Ready Game Fire podcast. Slightly different setup today. Everybody is here. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
That sounded like the end of like a nativity play or something. Bye. In the room with me is Ryan Crawford, Mike Power, Mark Dallamore, Stephen Edwards, Jamie Rathbone, and Mac.
Captain Mac.
Captain Mac. So yeah, I should say on mic right now we've got Mike, Ryan, and Mac, and obviously your host who boasts the most roasts.
It's Chris Fox.
That's my feature. I don't have a feature.
What, just your name?
Feature's just I'm on all the
RGF
time.
is your feature, so we talk about.
You need how many
There you
features?
go.
Yeah, they appreciate you.
Do you think?
No, probably. I don't know.
I think Kai's friend said I was all right.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet.
So that's pretty good. That's a review,
Can't
right?
ask for more than that.
If I was a poster, that would be on it, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm alright.
If I had Nuts magazine.
Nice.
Coming up on today's extravaganza is the return for 1 week only of What Have You Been Playing? That one's for Jamie Rathbone. We've got What Have You Been Playing? That's back because of the fact that we're in busy period and we've got all these fabulous games to talk about. We've got 30 Seconds of Power. We've got some independent boning. Okay, and we've also got Ready Game Fire's official top 20 games list of all time.
Because it's episode 20.
Yeah, there's a theme there.
I get it now.
Ready, game, fire. Ready, game, fire. Ready, game, fire. It's awesome.
We're bringing back for 1 week only What Have You Been Playing?
What happened?
Yeah, exactly, and we're bringing that back
Haven't we been
because there's been a lot of games all coming out
many
and stuff,
games,
and I have bought as many as I can until I literally ran out of money last month, and I haven't had the time.
I haven't bought as many collector's editions as I have this year. I think I bought more collector's editions this year than I have in my entire life.
Yeah. So you bought
Infamous 2 collector's edition,
Infamous
Uncharted
2.
3,
No, hold on, no. In order.
Infamous 2.
Infamous 2.
then Batman Arkham City.
Batman Arkham City.
Uncharted 3.
So you bought the collector's edition of Uncharted 3, not the regular one.
But yeah, the big old one. The big old
Was
one.
there
Horror
a
edition.
decent shooting mechanic in your collector's edition? Because it wasn't included in
You
my
know what's
regular
really
edition.
funny actually?
Exclusive
Today
feature.
was the first day I realised, wait a minute, this shooting's a bit off.
You only notice it now.
When you put on crushing, suddenly it gets. When you get the highest difficulty, suddenly you realise actually, you know what? It's not quite fluid enough.
So
Yeah,
let's jump into Uncharted 3. Now, I have... I thought... Okay, guys were running past my sight, and I was just going left to right spray with the AK-47, and I wasn't hitting anyone. I thought, okay, the AK-47 is not very accurate. You know, that's been proven.
They said they gimped it.
But, dude, I can't... I've got my sight... There's this level when you've got the sniper rifle, and the people are shooting rockets at you. Now, I had those people in headshot, and I wasn't taking them down.
Well, one of the things with Uncharted is that you'll notice they've always had, when your reticule for a shot is always a little circle rather than a dot. So there is always that element of, just because you point ahead, it's not always going to hit them. So that's not... The issue is not that, so that's always been in the game. The issue is the actual kind of lag between, like, trying to move your controller and the actual amount of time it takes to move around, and it's a bit jumpy. You tap right and it'll kind of jump right rather than smoothly go right.
Yeah.
That's the issue. It's always had a little bit of that kind of random picture, because you can say it adds to the whole, like, oh, he's just an everyman, just trying to shoot some people, and not every man can shoot people. But actually, it's a little off in Uncharted 3, and people are right, and I realised that today.
I didn't think... I thought, I must have just got shit at shooting in this game. But very widely reported that people weren't happy with it, right?
They're patching it as
And
well. They've turned around and they're patching it.
And they're clearly patching it. So that's good. When is this patch coming out?
Soon. But I
Because-
think it's one of these things that's happened with Killzone 2, actually. People complained, and Guerrilla went, it's how we wanted the game to be, but okay. I mean, this wasn't wrong. This is what we intended to do with it. But
Yeah.
you don't like it,
Yeah.
so we're changing it.
Now,
that's
yes.
fair enough.
So I'm all for like changing shit up because you've got to push things forward and all that. But I don't. I haven't enjoyed the gunplay in 3, and I only finished 2 recently, so I've got a direct comparison. I was loving the gunplay in 2, and so far in 3, I haven't felt.
That different?
Yeah, man.
I don't think it's that different.
noticeably
I don't
different.
think it's that
Yeah.
different.
I think it is.
It is very noticeably.
Like,
so
I was
much
pretty
so-
good at 2, but
so-
I'm
yeah.
pretty shit at 3.
Exactly
so,
right. I've
You
just
say pretty good. I've played with you a few times.
Remember me in 2?
All you ever do is throw grenades and get lucky.
And yeah, I got 19-4 compared to
19-4,
Mike.
people keep talking about this brand new feature of throwing grenades back at people.
Yeah.
That's brand new for the Uncharted series.
Yeah, we've been playing Uncharted 3, and it's been amazing as always. But it's not as good as Uncharted 2 because it's not as coherent. It's not
I
as
don't
well
think it is
thought out.
either.
It's not as well executed. But
I
it's
don't
still
think it is
fucking
either.
amazing. It's still amazing. But
It is
it's
still
not,
good.
It's not as perfectly executed as Uncharted 2, and it's a shame because the multiplayer is amazing. The multiplayer is much more improved than the single player. So take it the way you will. It's a great multiplayer.
And now, you may disagree with this, but in things like the IGN review, where it got 10 out of 10,
It's not a 10 out of 10 game.
they said
game
that...
is.
Well, no, some games are, because
games
let's
are
remember,
10 out of
Mac, no, 10 doesn't mean perfect.
For me, no game's 10
Yeah, but
out of 10.
you're not IGN.
But then they might as well, it might as well
Like
be a
1
1
to
to
9
9.
scale, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, because it's good to have 10 to aim to.
No, but
it's
10
not
you
best
said
ever.
you never
never
reach
get there,
it.
so
You
why are you
never
aiming
reach it,
there?
exactly.
Why bother aiming there?
You're aiming towards perfection, but you're never going to get it.
10 isn't perfect. That's ridiculous. But 10 does
So
not
what-
equal perfect.
It says, was it on the 10 out of 10 is what, masterful or something?
Yeah,
is what they
a
put down.
masterclass.
It's not though, is it? It's,
Uncharted 3
it's
is a
buggier than 2,
masterclass.
so that's instantly worse.
Oh,
The aiming's worse, so that's
Right.
instantly worse.
If we're going to script and say bugs, obviously move straight
Bits of
to
graphics
Skyrim.
vanishing
But
and shit, so...
being buggy does not make it
No, it
worse.
It does.
Doesn't.
No,
It
no,
does.
And it's not buggier. It's
That's the
polished
problem though, too many people forgive bugs, and that's why games like Skyrim and stuff get 10 out of 10s and shit, and then people complain about their save files getting corrupted.
Yeah, because it still doesn't affect the actual content of the game, the artistry, the thought, everything
Technical
else.
issues, minor.
Don't know.
It's true. It's not a good thing. But yeah, no.
So I'm going to wait until they patch it. When's this patch coming out? Because I'm about halfway through.
Nice.
And so like I said, you may disagree with this, but I think the story is very similar to 2. It's very similar.
And you haven't even got to the bit where it gets exactly the same.
Is it really? Oh, really? Jesus.
The end is But anyway, it's amazing, but it's a weird one
I want to get... I just...
because the moments are phenomenal,
Set pieces.
but the bits in between them.
Yeah.
There's nothing. They're just like
Set
might
pieces
as
are
well just
cool,
made
man.
like DLC these bits that you did that were amazing without being one whole game.
So when we were doing our individual top 20 lists, you said, I prefer Uncharted 1 because I played it first,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. I played Uncharted 2 first,
Yeah.
and I find it better than
It's a
than
better
3.
It's a better game, but it's not my favourite one.
But I like...
Fair enough.
I like snowy levels in games, and
Yeah, it's
Uncharted
good.
2's got a lot of snow.
So Skyrim, you'd love.
You'd love Skyrim.
We're everywhere. Batman has been huge. We've done a whole episode on Batman. We've just swapped Mike for Dallamore. I'll let the listeners
good
decide
trade.
if that's an upgrade or not.
Good trade.
So Mark, you haven't finished Batman, but you can certainly give us your thoughts on it.
Well, yeah, it's a very good game.
Game of the year contender for you?
It'd be in like my top 5, definitely. But the period that came out with Batman, you also got Dark Souls, Gears of War 3, Skyrim.
Has this been the best
Formula
period?
1.
Has this been the best period of games ever?
I'd say so.
I mean,
I don't
Normally
know. We kind of say that every year.
no, but
normally
no,
this
but I
time
really
of year-
mean it this year.
Oh, well, that's different.
Forget what I said last year. This year, I really mean it. We're
say
talking
so.
Modern Warfare 3, Batman, Skyrim, Uncharted,
Battlefield 3.
Skyward Sword. Like it was, Battlefield, Skyrim. It's all been. It was literally like Batman. I played it for a week, managed just about to finish it, and then Uncharted 3 was delivered. I was like, oh god. So started playing that. I was like, oh brilliant. Didn't get to finish that. Modern Warfare 3 came. I was like, oh Jesus, Modern Warfare. Managed to finish that. Skyward Sword came, and oh god, I think I need a holiday.
The thing
It's
I love
hard
about
work,
Batman
Tough
is
life, man.
Batman, they get all the characters in, and you get like the Mad Hatter and
Yeah.
all the cool ones from the comic book. I
They've,
haven't found Calendar Man yet. Apparently, you've got to go and find Calendar Man.
He's at the beginning.
I Calendar Man.
You missed him already.
You jumped off Mike.
Yeah. You can't do that.
Power hungry.
That's just
Power
not how it
hungry.
works.
Double
man.
parking,
Don't-
mate. Jog on.
No, we've touched a lot on Batman, so we're not going to spend long on it. But some people have said that the fact that it's spread too thinly across all the enemies is a bad thing,
I'd agree
rather
with
than
that.
being focused on, say, Joker like the first game.
I'd agree
No,
with
and
that.
that's the main reason I play it. I love the first one when you get you meet all the characters and you get their like little character bio. Yeah,
that's
no,
really
it's
good.
brilliant.
Yeah.
And you don't want hours. You don't want the whole game on like 2 villains. So I think that would ruin it a bit.
But you
Yeah,
want them
possibly.
developed a little bit too. It felt that they were trying to rush so many in there that none of them really developed
But
any
like
further.
most of them, like Mad Hatter's got its own little section. Like
Yeah.
Riddler's got a lot of it. You don't. It's not like you say hello to them and then that's it. They just like walk off.
Hello, Mad Hatter. Morning, Batman. Morning. Yeah, that would be great. Well, let's move on from Batman, because if you want to check out Ready Game Fire's collective opinion on Batman Arkham City, you can listen to episode 19. It's out now. It's very, 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 very good. That's not what I've said. People have said that. So what should we move on to? Dark Souls? You want to talk about Dark Souls? Ryan, have you played Dark Souls?
Yeah, I played a bit of Dark Souls.
Okay,
What'd you think?
Don't like it.
You don't, not a fan?
No, because I didn't like Demon Souls.
Well, there you go.
So
They're not going to
thought
like
I'd
it.
give Dark Souls a try. No, same old shit.
So I've played both, and the second one, I don't know. I think because the first one was such a different game.
Same old shit, he says. Wow.
No, the second one's good.
No, he said that.
Yeah,
yeah.
same old.
But if you didn't like the first one, he's not going to like the second one, is he? It's one of those games where it's pretty much exactly the same, but it's a lot more open. And that's the major difference. Like
Dark Souls.
the first one, you got your own little worlds that you just like port to, whereas this one, you literally just a massive world.
Yeah.
And you got to walk. And I really like that about the second one.
They've designed it
But-
really cleverly, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The level design's really clever, like the way the shortcuts unlock and stuff, and you come back around on yourself. You can get to everywhere really easily after you've been playing for a little while. But it's
yeah.
very similar in gameplay.
Yeah, well, obviously, I mean, it looks exactly the same if you just look at two screenshots. Well, the reason why hardcore people love Dark Souls is the same thing that puts off, other players. That it's not too difficult. It doesn't hold your hand. It's very intense. The whole, if you die, get ready to face all those enemies again. All that shit from the first game. Oh shit, Batman's on.
We're playing Asylum now. We had Gears of War 1 on.
I know. I can tell that's Asylum. Bing, 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 bing. Hello, welcome to Idiot Asylum. This is Warden Idiot.
The combat in this game is just amazing, isn't it?
What we will say, okay. Now, Batman Arkham City. No spoilers for you, Mark, but if it had a much better storyline, it would be my undisputed game of the year. But for me, the storyline lets it down. But the whole bat experience and the combat is top notch. I mean, the combat in that game, the combat in City is some of the best combat
I
I've
love
ever
how the
seen.
city setup as well, like the open city.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean,
It's like free running across
the
that.
unfocused nature of the game goes hand in hand with how amazing the open world nature of it. But therefore, you get the unfocused storyline and everything. So, Dark Souls has turned you off, has it, Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just same old rubbish. Combat's boring, man. Boring. Very
Combat's
boring.
not boring.
And it's dark. Why is it
combat's
always
not
so
boring.
dark
That's
in that
how-
game, man?
Clues in the name,
Shed a
mate.
bit of light.
Clues in the name.
No, the clue's not in the name.
The clue is in the name.
Clue's not in the name.
It's not called Light Souls, is it?
Yeah,
They
so
wanted to call it Black Souls, but then they had to change it.
why? What's wrong with that name? Black Souls. Well, it sounds better if you ask me.
Sounds
Anything
funkier.
Improvement. Might change my opinion on the game even.
They did. It was Black Souls for a while, but they thought the slap-based soundtrack was a bit weird.
Yeah, that is weird. That is weird.
Well, it's DLC apparently. Dark Souls : Black Slong. Dark Souls Black Slong. Amazing.
I'll revisit it. When
That's
that
got
comes
nothing
out.
to do with
Is that
what we're
ladies
watching.
edition? Yeah.
That's a new weapon that they're giving you.
God, it's like
Long.
Saints Row meets Dark Souls.
Yeah, I mean, if games like Saints Row the Third, stuff like that came out in the summer, they would have been like major players. But the fact that they've come out with all these stuff like
What the
Saints Row
hell's
the
up
Third,
with Saints Row Third, man? It's just like a load of, just looks like a load of crap.
looks like a load of crap.
Yeah. It's like, for 2 games they were like, yeah, we can do a bit of GTA look like in our game, and then they're like, oh shit, GTA is really good actually.
Yeah.
We just do something completely random.
Well, they
throw everyone off.
But they have to. I mean, don't they? You can't. It already looks and plays like Grand Theft Auto. I mean, I was driving along in a car at Eurogamer, and I didn't know what to say apart from, well, it's GTA-like. But it's good that they've gone that crazy route, especially with GTA 4 was serious, and it looks like GTA 5 is going to be
taking
very
it very
serious as
serious.
well.
Yeah.
What's that crazy route?
Oh, well, let's touch on this for a bit. We'd just like to welcome Jamie Rathbone to the mic. Hello.
You alright?
Right, so yeah, the GTA 5 trailer came out, and obviously the internet's blown up about it. It's going to be a great game, but I wanted to see something new.
I'm probably not going to get it. I mean, I like the multiplayer in GTA, but the single player just drags on for
It's
me.
repetitive.
Yeah.
I've never finished a GTA game. They're too long.
No.
And people always go to me, what? But it's too long.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
didn't
beauty about...
finish 4, yeah.
It's not because it's long, because I love Skyrim, and that's a probably longer game.
Yeah, but when you describe the
quite
game as...
tedious.
getting in fucking taxis and doing the same thing.
I think that's
over and
how
over again.
Saints Row have done well to differentiate themselves.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's a different type of game now, Saints Row. Like they make everything instantly accessible. Like you can get like a fucking tank straight away. You can like customize all
Don't
your
forget you can
cars,
get that old school pixelated tank as well. That's just huge
Yeah,
and green.
yeah.
Oh man, that looks amazing.
Yeah, they give you everything on a plate basically in Saints Row, whereas in Grand Theft Auto you've got to go on a fucking date mission, go bowling.
Date mission.
I got married yesterday in Skyrim. And
Tell us the story about your other fiance.
yeah, I was gonna marry this other bird, and then in the final mission she got the shit kicked out of her and set on fire and died. I was like, oh.
Is that a hen
I was
night?
really sad for about 10 seconds, and I just moved on.
You moved on.
There's
There's a lot of other options out there. So
Is that a hen
But
night,
I
Dallamore?
literally turned around and she was getting punched in the face on the floor.
How did she get set on fire?
I think I might have done that accidentally. Apparently you can do that. So I panicked and started sending fireballs at the guy, and I set her on fire.
Oh man.
It's
I
alright.
actually quite worried over
Disintegrated
there.
in front of me. Literally started walking towards me and then just disintegrated.
Oh no, Mark! She didn't have any of your items though, did she?
She did. She had all.
Oh
most of them, yeah.
no.
Like the dragon bones, which
Bloody hell.
Shouldn't have given those
That
to
is
her.
sad. That is a sad
I know.
story, man.
I never trusted
Yeah.
So this is
someone else.
You just looted her shit. And
No, it was all gone. She
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 evaporated,
set on
mate.
fire. There was nothing
fucking
left.
hell.
It was literally
Wasn't it
pile
not
of
even a
ash.
pile of dust?
It was a pile of ash. There was a pile of ash. I scooped some of it up. And then put it on.
Here comes the bride, being brushed up the aisle.
you can't forge her ashes to make like a shield super powerful, can you?
I didn't try. I just urinated on it.
This is very
Man.
this is very organically brought us onto Skyrim, which people are going mental for, aren't they?
Mental.
It's pretty special.
Yeah, it's pretty special. Now, this is one of the games that I've had to put off until January because of the lack of time at the moment.
Yeah.
Because trying to play Zelda now for the Zelda rep, which is episode 21. Tune in for that.
Yeah, see, I've done the opposite. I put a lot of other stuff off so I could play Skyrim because it's just so long.
Yeah. Something we can touch on right now, which is a question one of my friends has been asking us to ask. So we'll touch on it briefly because I think a few other gaming podcasts may have touched on it. Battlefield 3 or Modern Warfare 3. Very quickly, let's get it out of the way.
Battlefield 3.
Okay.
I've not played either.
Have
but
you played
Battlefield 3?
that one?
Oh.
What did he say?
Well, he said I've not played either, but Battlefield 3.
So that's interesting, isn't it?
Okay. Mike's going to give his
Have
opinion.
you played both of them? Which one are you going for?
I can't because I've only played
So
one.
I'm the only real judge of this.
I
I
thought,
played
you
some
know,
Battlefield 3.
it's like the first time I've ever gone, no, I'm not going to buy Modern Warfare because I got Battlefield. And I can't play both at the
Modern
same
Warfare's
So it's
fucking
the
brilliant,
1
though.
millionth time you've made a mistake then?
Huh?
What?
Now, Modern Warfare 3
I've played Modern Warfare 3.
That's good.
Yeah, when
and
you played
I've
it?
played it 30 times before, I think,
I don't know, man. It's really
in the last
good.
5-6 years.
It's really cool. Like,
really cool.
yeah.
It's amazing, man.
Like, I mean, that's Battlefield 3. It's trying to be Modern Warfare 3 without getting.
No, it's
it doesn't.
not.
It doesn't
That's
achieve.
not- of
It
course it's
doesn't
not being
achieve
Modern Warfare
single
3.
player for a start.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
It doesn't achieve. It achieves the very worst things. Modern Warfare 3 can be a bit. See, there are some bits of Modern Warfare that are a bit kind of samey, a bit.
Yeah,
that's
well,
all of Battlefield 3,
I
isn't
was
it?
like, the game I've enjoyed most this year is Modern Warfare 3.
Now we are talking about single player here. We need to.
Yeah.
And the multiplayer Spec Ops and the survival. Survival is amazing as well.
It is.
But
really
everyone
good.
knows it's all about the multiplayer, and you haven't mentioned that. You said you.
No.
played
I'm
the
not really a
single
fan of
player.
the multiplayer.
Everyone
Yeah, I love
says
the-
everyone says that, and I think the campaign mode in Modern Warfare games are overlooked by the so-called
Massively.
hardcore gamers
Exactly.
who just play online. I mean, I think it's a bit silly because I play online as well, but I also play the single player. I don't understand why you'd want to pay that much for a game and only play half of it. I think the single player
A third of it.
well, yeah.
And of
No,
course,
but in the long run, the single player is a lot less.
well, of
than the
course,
multiplayer.
a Battlefield supporter would say that because the Battlefield campaign is so shit.
I'm not a Battlefield supporter.
It's so
It's not
boring.
like I was supporting before that, even though I played Battlefield 2, and I've
Sounds
always.
like the army.
But I've played both, and Battlefield 3 is much more enjoyable because it's much more team-based.
Apparently,
Oh.
Modern Warfare 3 maps are terrible.
Yes,
Yeah.
that seems to
We've
be
heard
the
that
general
everyone's
consensus.
We played a bit of full-player split screen, and we didn't find
Yeah, it
anyone
was-
for like an
Shall we
hour.
get on, right?
Yeah,
It's
but
a
that's
sea of grey with grey characters. It's tough.
Modern Warfare shit.
I let you lean in my microphone for that.
Saying,
What shit about it, Ryan?
they all suck.
Wow, that's kind of like racism against
this
Modern
is,
Warfare.
This is the most dead air I've ever been experiencing. It's
Modern Warfare 3, the Modern Warfare games always surprise me by how actually seriously they take their campaigns. They're not throwaway. They put a load of effort into them.
Yeah.
The co-op is just so well structured, so well polished to a T, and it might be a bit simple, but it's simplicity done brilliantly. And Battlefield 3 is a bit just meh.
Well, I liked it when you said to Mac, who was speaking out against the Modern Warfare games, and you hit it on the head when you said that the single-player campaign in the Modern Warfare games crams so much diversity into a first-person shooter. It's just really, really, really
You're doing something different. I mean, when it slows down a bit, and it gets you just running through around shooting people, it gets a bit boring. But playing Battlefield 3's campaign, that's all it is.
Yeah, and the
quick time events
are so boring. Like there's an early mission where you like run along.
Battlefield
we're talking about.
Have you even played the multiplayer on that either?
Yeah, I played the multiplayer. No, okay, we'll come on to the multiplayer side of it.
Touching on single player for a bit, Mark.
There's a scene where you're like, you sort of follow this red wire along, and then you got to cut the wire.
Sounds amazing.
And it's brilliant. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Looks really good with their frostbite engine, and but yeah, and then like a guy grabs you and it says press space, and you press space, and then you just watch like about a 25 seconds sort of cutscene of you fighting him, and then my mate told me at work that that's the exact same thing happens in the final moment as well. And there's a really unforgettable level at the start, and then you replay the level again at the end. It's just stupid.
So Dan, wow us with Battlefield's multiplayer wonders, because I've played Battlefield 2, 2142 and 42, Vietnam, and they're all brilliant. But Dallamore,
Mark, focus.
He's looking distracted.
He's talking to you.
I'm listening.
Battlefield 3's multiplayer.
He's Batman it up over there.
I mean, I guess it must be. I mean, the little I played in multiplayer Battlefield 3 is super realistic and loads of cool vehicles, and Modern Warfare 3 is a bit.
There's a lot of, like, when I first got into an aeroplane on it, it was a lot of fun. It was like.
Well, yeah. I mean,
there's experiences.
I really like the squad-based format in Battlefield. And playing with my friends, spawn straight on them, and then you got the different classes that you can help each other out, and getting in the tanks, taking tanks out.
But does the Modern Warfare 3 Battlefield 3 debate, as it in the end just come down to the fact that Battlefield 3 multiplayer is better, Modern Warfare 3 single player and co-op is better? Is that in the end? Is that all it is?
I'm not going to deny it. I haven't even played the Battlefield single player.
I haven't done the Battlefield co-op either. There's Battlefield co-op, but it sounds a bit.
Yeah. Is it that simple? Should we agree on that? They're equally as good.
It depends how you look at it.
I love Modern Warfare 2, and I played it a lot. And I played, what was the one after that?
Black Ops.
Is that Black Ops after Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah.
It's only 2 years ago in Modern Warfare 2.
The thing, Spec Ops is brilliant in Modern Warfare.
It's back with a vengeance in Modern
Spec Ops in
Warfare.
Modern Warfare 2 was like amazing.
Well, now
it's no zombies mode though.
Now with survival, it's like there's unlimited Spec Ops as well. You can just play it for ages.
It's
so much
horde
fun.
mode.
But better than horde mode.
Horde mode
well.
It's horde mode in Modern Warfare, but it works brilliant. Well,
you got all the perks as well, which is cool.
I guess what we can take away from this is if you want a decent single player / Spec Ops experience, you want to play Modern Warfare. But if you want proper online, it's Battlefield.
And if you want pure team deathmatch, then undoubtedly Modern Warfare is better because that's not what Battlefield 3 is
about.
So
should they release a bundle of Battlefield 3 and Modern Warfare 3 together?
They should bundle those games together.
They should bundle them together.
That'd be great.
Amalgamate them into one gigantic.
That'd be great.
Well, but let's not forget that different studios clearly took on COD's multiplayer this time around because it's Sledgehammer and Raven were involved.
Raven,
as well.
which they've done some great work with the Legends games.
I thought Infinity Ward were the ones that did the multiplayer, and then Sledgehammer.
No, Raven came with multiplayer. Sledgehammer helped with single.
Raven don't even get a mention on the box.
No, I know.
So what's going on there?
Yeah.
It's like when they all left, when they all started leaving Infinity Ward in droves. Activision and Kotick, whatever, was like, it's gonna be fine. Infinity Ward will make Modern Warfare 3, and then they didn't.
They did. I mean, whoever was left. I mean, this is the thing that I said at
2 years
first.
to turn that around that's impressive. I didn't think it would come out this year. I really thought they were going to realize
it would have come out whatever this year. But what you mean is you were wondering whether it would have been good.
No, I really thought they were going to actually be sensible and just actually push it back. But I think
this is Activision we're talking about now.
They could bring out another one in June and people would still
exactly.
buy it.
They could have missed Christmas. Still brought in June. It still sold.
And Elite has only just started working, isn't it?
Elite, yeah, but 1 million subscribers on the premium. That's an extra 40 million.
Is it coming to PC?
Apparently, it's never coming to PC.
Never.
Well, apparently it's broken at the moment, but it may never come to PC, which is insane.
Well, yeah. What you can say is if you want to play one of these games on PC, don't get Modern Warfare.
I just hope it doesn't start. It's going to be one of these things that might start a trend.
What's that?
Like this Elite stuff, paying for this, online.
Oh, undoubtedly.
But it's kind of, to be honest, Elite, I look at it kind of like PlayStation Plus. You have your free server, you can do everything you want with it, and if you want to pay more, you get a little bit extra, and that's your complete choice. And that's kind of, it will change from that, but if it stayed at that forever, that's not a problem. But
yeah, because I think I saw the headline in the summer, COD to go paid, and I just flipped my shit. So when I found out it was Elite, that was fine. Well,
that's where
I was really worried that Modern Warfare 3 wouldn't be very good because the original guys weren't on board, and at first I was a little bit worried, but as I made made my way through the single player campaign. My fears were alleviated, and it was just
probably
amazing.
already made it, but-
So what we still need to look at, keep an eye out for Respawn Entertainment's first game, which is the old Infinity Ward guys.
Yeah,
Their new company
they're making
called Respawn.
multi-platform.
So okay, great. I mean, are those all of the games? We're touching on Skyward Sword exclusively on the next episode.
Yes, solid out. Yeah.
We've spoken about Batman. We spoke about Uncharted, Skyrim. Oh, you want to talk about the Old Republic?
We've got some big news about Old Republic.
Okay, well, Jamie's jumping back on Mike.
We can get
We're
the
losing
listeners
Mike.
involved in
Yeah, we can get our gang. They can join our gang.
What, do they want to be in your
I
game?
think it's a gang in Star Wars. I'm pretty sure.
Guild.
Pretty sure it's the technical term.
So you guys want to talk about Old Republic? Shoot.
Well, we're going to make a gang.
It's not a gang.
We're going to make a gang.
It's a horror.
A horror.
It's a
It's a.
bit of a gang.
But the thing is, we're going to be all women except for Dallamore.
Except for the boss.
He's going to be the bloke, and
Keeps
the
us
gang
all
is
in check.
called Dali's Angels at the moment. That's our gang's
Look out
name.
for us.
You're allowed to join, but the one thing you have to be is a Sith woman to join.
Oh, it's all Sith women.
All Sith women.
Empire.
Strong Sith women.
Anything Empire.
Proper women.
Closer
You have to have a
China.
very mundane name like Janine.
Yeah, no. We're all having our mother's names. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Except for you. You can have
Ryan,
Dalla.
is your mother's name Jade?
Not
What's your mother's
Oh, you
name?
got to change it.
Heather.
Heather,
She's a dangerous woman.
Heather, Mary, and
Linda.
Linda.
And Beryl.
Beryl, of course.
We didn't forget about Beryl.
Beryl's one of the main ones.
So if you want to be part of Dali's Angels, which is in Star Wars Old Republic, you need to be an Empire woman, and you can be one of his angels. Oh
Yep.
no, why are we doing this to his ego?
Is
Look
there-
at his face.
Is there, like, in Mass Effect style, is there, like, romance angle? Because who's Dallamore going to pick? That's big.
Beryl.
There's definitely
Beryl?
a romance angle.
Level 1 Beryl, when you can have level 20 Mary.
Sorry, why am I level 1?
Well, 'cause
Chris is the only.
You lag behind a lot.
Chris's mum's the only one I've met.
In
so
what?
Probably Beryl.
Everything.
You haven't even played Modern
you're not
Warfare.
actually his mum.
Warfare.
It's your character.
He didn't hear me. I've met Beryl.
She's lovely.
She's
Have
lovely.
you?
Charming, actually.
When?
But what about in Old Republic? She lovely.
Last week.
Shut up. Horrible man.
Cool.
My mum listens to this
Sexy
sometimes.
Does she really listen to this?
She listened to the earlier ones.
She
Actually,
would be flattered.
no, she didn't. My dad did, and obviously his comment was the same comment it always is. Don't like it when you swear.
None of us do, though.
Shit, I've done that like twice.
Fuck
like
off.
3 times now.
Oh. Apologise, Mr. Fox.
I always censor the C word though with animal noises, don't I?
You shouldn't be saying it in the first. We shouldn't need to use animal noises to censor it.
Why don't you bear off?
Cunt off.
All right, mate. All right, mate. All right. There's ladies in the room, yeah?
Jamie's back.
Who wants in?
Jamie's
Right.
been away for a while, but that's because he's been preparing the following independent boning.
Yeah, 2 items on the agenda.
There's 2 items on. Basically, if you're a new listener, of which I'm sure there are many, independent boning is where Jamie Rathbone, who should be seated here,
Yep.
gives you a little update on the independent gaming
You've been out of glass. Very nice.
games that have been hitting the gaming worlds. So that's why it's called independent boning.
What did he just say?
Oh, Max, generic run.
Generic run.
Max playing the.
I didn't like the first bit of Modern Warfare 3.
It was better than the first bit
It
of
was better
Modern
than the
Warfare
first
2.
one. It gets really good mission 2.
yeah,
really.
the first mission in 2 was well boring.
Yeah.
Bobbins.
Max playing Modern Warfare 3 now because he is outspoken about how much he doesn't like it.
He's in. The
Max doesn't like games that
I
recycle
love
things,
the weapons
does
of Modern
he?
Warfare 3.
He fucking loves
have you,
Uncharted.
in
though.
Modern Warfare 3, you get the hybrid scopes. You can like switch from like a.
Yeah, that's cool.
When you get a sniper rifle, you can click to a red dot sight for your sniper rifle.
Yeah, that is good, yeah.
Hold on, Mac, you haven't just erased my progress.
So
have
he
you?
started a new profile.
What's this?
Why are you doing? Ryan? Why are you saying progress with inverted commas? I'm halfway through on veteran.
You got like 19 games on the go.
So
You haven't made any progress.
you wouldn't know that, mate. Just because you're still stuck in Dark Souls at the start. Because you wait.
The start is the hardest part. You have to get into it.
Anyway, Jamie, what have you got for us?
Basically, there's a new bundle
Go on.
around.
Humble indie one.
Which number
Not
is this
quite.
now?
It's not a Humble Indie one.
Oh, it's not
It's a
Humble.
music one.
Go on.
Yeah, 10 indie game soundtracks for $1.
Holy moly!
Yeah.
Can we assume you
It's
can buy it in pounds
Yep.
or pound?
Well, you go through PayPal, so
Okay, it does the conversion.
it's got the Meat Boy soundtrack in there.
Oh yeah. I love the Meat Boy
Do
music.
I like it? Someone
Scott,
riff me
Minecraft.
a bit of.
Did you see
Meat
the Meat Boy
Super Meat Boy!
Steam deal.
the Meat Boy Steam deal they did?
Oh,
where
the
they had like
anniversary.
Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
All of the characters basically.
Yeah, it took me a while to clock that. I was like, why is Half-Life 2 getting bundled in the
Half-Life 2's not an indie
Super
game.
Meat Boy deal? But yeah, it's all the characters from the game.
Yeah, that was a good little
got-
bundle.
As
17
Meat Boy
quid.
characters.
Yeah, any characters in Meat Boy, so like the head crab and the little fella from Bit Trip Runner and the little fella from VVVVVV.
Castle Crashers.
No, it's PC, innit? He's only an Xbox One.
Is he the pink? He was pink, isn't he?
Little pink
Oh
fella.
no, wait a minute. That was in.
Amazing.
Pink one, yeah.
But
the VVVVVVV soundtrack is in there as well.
that's
in
so
the bundle.
good, that game. Absolutely love it.
Hold on. I don't know what you're talking about.
VVVVVV. It's this amazing platformer that's it basically looks like an 8-bit game.
You haven't brought this up at any point.
I've played a lot of random PC games. They've all been
PC
brilliant.
gamer now.
That's it, mate.
Because these two are having a really funny conversation.
What they
Well,
say?
are they just being bellends?
They're just chatting to each other. It's funny. We were going to be recording people playing.
It's supposed to be based on real. It's a realistic.
Because one of them's not dressed as Sully, is it, Mike? Mac?
One of them's not dressed as a girl.
One of
and
them's
he's
got
a
a
boy.
little moustache and is making wisecracks whilst they murder people.
Mac, if you played older, if you played other Modern Warfare games, you'd realise that if it's one of your guys, their name will pop up.
In Modern Warfare, I do just generally shoot someone and see if they limp. And they go, "Oi, why are you shooting me?"
Yeah.
Before I know if it's them or not.
Friendly fire, friendly fire.
All right, good. I was just checking. I didn't really
Friendly
know.
fire will not be tolerated.
So yeah, get the indie bundle, indie music bundle,
Sorry.
$1, 8 or
Boom.
10 soundtracks.
Well,
I should say.
what ones wouldn't we know?
Why is it
about
called
that are on there?
VVVVV? What a stupid name.
Because all of the 6 characters in it, names begin with V. There's Viridian and other ones.
I think they just lent on,
Viridian City. That's Pokemon reference.
I think they just
surely.
lent on the V key.
What name a game in the indie bundle? We wouldn't know because I know VVV.
a game within the indie
that
soundtrack
music,
bundle
yeah.
that you wouldn't know.
Wouldn't know, yeah.
Why would we want to know
I
that?
don't know.
Tree of Knowledge,
Don't know it. Good.
That's from Plants vs Zombies, mate.
Raven Mark,
That's
Nice.
from Half-Life.
Yep. Raven.
Imposter Nostalgia.
Don't know that one.
That's a new game. Good.
Imposter Nostalgia.
Yeah.
Thing is, good.
But the important thing is the VVVVVVV soundtrack. Is
Hold
there.
on, but it's there. The picture says PPPPPP.
That's what the soundtrack's called.
Oh my god!
How funny.
The soundtrack to that is so good, isn't it, Jamie?
I
Yeah,
can't
it's very
believe
good, very
I
good.
can't believe it's an indie game with such a great name.
All right, mate.
You couldn't sell a game for $60 called VVVVV.
Exactly. Yeah, there's
I
a
suppose,
reason.
I suppose Modern Warfare 3 is a good name, is it? Unbelievable. Oh, wait a minute, no.
Wii U. That's a great name. Oh, we've done this.
Also, there's an online flash game that everyone needs to play called Pole Riders. Go to www.fuddy.net/Pole Riders.
Fuddy.
Basically,
Is it as good as Octodad or not as good as Octodad?
it's
I don't think anything's as good as Octodad.
yeah, that's a silly question, I think.
Sorry.
No, basically, it's a pole vaulting game. But you can do it multiplayer. You use the WASD or arrow keys, and basically you have to kick a piece of meat on a washing line to one side of the screen or the other.
Wow.
What was that ridiculous game where people were playing at work, the 100-meter thing, where you tap the 2 buttons and they've got no control of their body and everyone's playing.
One button controls the thighs, one controls the
I
calves.
look over and someone's just shuffling on their back for 10 minutes and they're like, yeah, I finished it. And there's a hurdle at the end.
What was that game called?
Quap.
Quap. How's that spelled?
QWOP, because that's the keys that you use to...
Use QWO.
It's upsetting to see how many people at work were playing that. It's like...
I know when they should have been working.
You fall over straight away.
But when you get it right, mate,
No, but
you're
no one got it
sprinting
right.
like a good one.
No one got it right. You never got it right.
I got it right, mate.
Well, let's see.
Usain Bolt did for me.
Mate, you've never done it.
Usain Quap Bolt.
You're saying quad bolt.
That's pretty much it.
Brilliant.
Play VVVV and Pole. What's the pole game?
Pole Riders.
Pole Riders.
Foddy.net.
See, Annie, Mike, Steve, and I, Jamie, we played through New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and it was
I've heard about these.
an amazing
I've
experience.
heard great tales of
And
it.
since then, we've been looking for something to follow it. And Annie grew bored of Castle Crashers. Steve was not a fan of Mr. Explosion Man. What else did we try?
Well, we haven't tried Ratchet and Clank All for One yet, so that could be the saviour.
I think there's a reason we haven't tried that
maybe.
one.
But it's a slower game.
It's still on 0% on my downloaded thing. Just been sitting there. That and Infamous 1, that little freebie pack we
Infamous
got.
One's still downloaded.
It's like 22%.
Nice.
It's just paused and I'm like, why would I download that? I might delete it.
Why would you have water-based internet?
Why would I play Infamous? Why would I have what? Warbase in there. Rehash is nice. Just gonna rehash gags, are we? Unbelievable.
Mike doesn't like Borat impressions. And
like
Steve
Eddie.
doesn't like it when Mike slacks off Steve's water-based
No, mate. You've inadvertently slagged it off there. I don't think you might not notice that, but
So, Mike, I know Skyward Sword is now on in the background.
Yeah,
but you're going to have
it
to
really
try
is.
and ignore that because it's time for you to do 30 seconds of power.
30 seconds of power.
I've only written about 15 seconds actually.
But this is the first live 30 seconds
First
of power
live.
Do it
30
twice.
seconds of power.
that's ever been attempted. So we're going to see how far.
I haven't even done a run through. I've just written it, scrolled it down, and
That's brilliant, man. So do you want a
Thanks,
countdown? Do you want a countdown?
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Well, I'd like to do one.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Game. Fire. Skyrim.
Skyrim! Amazing.
Good start.
Yep. Okay. No. Yeah. Okay. Skyrim is an incredible game with an incredible problem on the PS3. Beyond the dragons, giants, and trolls roaming the giant, trolling, dragony lands. Apparently, Bethesda developers didn't play any of. I can't read my writing. I can never read my writing.
Write in capitals. Write in bubble writing.
I can never read my handwriting.
Oh dear. Maybe you should get into medicine.
It's always a problem. I got it. Here we go.
Hold on, we can get. Is anyone a pharmacist? They can read out Mike's list of 30 seconds
Skyrim
of
is an
power.
incredible game with an incredible problem on the PS3. Beyond the dragons, giants, and trolls roaming the giant, trolling, dragony lands. Apparently, Bethesda developers didn't plan anyone playing longer than 15 hours. The longer you play, the bigger your save file gets, until the game turns into a jaggy, laggy mess with frame rates dropping and chopping to an unplayable level. So if your PS3 has been hit by a frost dragon scale tail.
Brilliant.
Laggy dragon fire, ready game fire.
Yay! Very well done.
That wasn't 30 seconds.
Yeah, well, it was, yes, but it was take 3, 0 seconds of power. Very well done.
It was something.
Is this? Have you written this in English?
I've written that in English.
30 seconds of power.
Top 20, episode 20. So last year we were bored at work and top 20 games. It's the top 20 games. So last year we were bored at work and Mike said, "Hey ho, chummy ones, I'm bored. Are you bored?" And we were like, "Yeah, sure." And he was like, "Well, you know, we read all those lists," and we go, "Yeah, go on." He said, "How about we do our own top 20 list?" And we didn't know it at the time, but we'd accidentally stumbled across episode 20's main feature, and that is our top 20 games of all time, in our opinion, collated between the guys who are here and other members of the Ready Game Fire team, like Kai, Chris Evans, Stuart Fenn. And so we did it last year for fun. We've updated it this year with what we believe to be the strongest 20 games of all time.
Basically, we've all submitted our personal top 20s. This is how the list is going to play. This is how it's going to broken down to. We've all given our top 20s, and each game has been given a score. Obviously, the first game each person lists has been given a score of 20, and then 19, 18 down from that.
It's the Eurovision system.
Yeah, just go through the list, add it up. So the games have ended up with the highest score, i.e. they've been on the as many people, more people's lists with the highest scores possible, are at the top.
Yeah. Excellent. So starting off with Ready Game Fire's official 2011 top 20 games of all time.
All time.
Coming in at 19/20, we've got our first tie. So we can now decide which deserves to be where between Uncharted 2
Whoa-hey!
and Link's Awakening.
Yes!
Whoa-hey!
Uncharted 2.
Link's Awakening is a
Link's
really
Awakening.
good game.
Who else voted Link's Awakening other than Rathbone?
Mine
best Zelda game.
wasn't in my top 20.
Best Zelda game.
After Link to the Past.
Wow. Link's Awakening, I'm playing it through now on 3DS, and it's really, really good.
It is good. It is good.
No way.
Well, would you? So Dallamore. Ryan, just 2 seconds.
But remember, Dallamore, now what you're doing is you're voting for Uncharted 2 or Link's Awakening.
I'm not voting for Uncharted.
So, so which of you have you played it?
Dallamore, yes.
I don't think I've played Link's Awakening, but I'm voting for that one.
Are you sure you don't want to vote for a game that came out around the same time? It's called Legend of Zelda: Nimbly Bimbly from Tree to Tree.
That one. Definitely that one.
Okay, so hands up for Link's Awakening. It's only 2.
Fucking hell.
Now, I'm not saying it's a bad game, but I
No,
preferred
I
Uncharted 2. So
Uncharted 2
2
is number 19.
and Link's Awakening is number 20. So Jamie,
So you mean like, we're not axing Link's Awakening then?
No, that was just...
That
That was,
be in our top
yeah.
Is
He looks really upset.
Don't be disheartened, Jamie, because any place in Ready Game Fire's prestigious top 20 list is a great place to be.
Is Dragon's Lair going to be number 18? Because that's essentially what Uncharted is. Watching a cutscene.
If we take
a button every now and then.
Oh, brilliant! It's Jamie Rathbone here, everybody.
We can't think of 20 better games than Link's Awakening and Uncharted 2. Ever.
No, we thought of 18.
It's a shocking start, guys.
What?
Seriously.
It's embarrassing.
Who counted these fucking
where do we
points
go
up?
from there?
Where's NBA Jam?
Can I just say?
He knew he was going to say that.
Can I just say that this was done in the fairest way?
Yeah.
Everyone submitted their
Mike,
list.
Uncharted fucking gay boys.
Sorry. Are you calling foul play? There's no foul play. Uncharted 2 and Link's Awakening are both in there. So, Jeremy, I mean...
Was Mike ever on your computer when you weren't there?
I can't answer that. I wasn't there. So, yeah, Jamie, you very boldly called it the greatest Zelda game.
After Link to the Past, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So it was, of course, top-down.
Yep.
And is nowhere near as basic as the original Zelda, so you can actually play it in this game.
Exactly, it's got the same structure of Link to the Past. Musical fish, that's in there.
Terrible, man.
Remember that?
Man cutting grass in that game is ridiculous.
One of my... Yeah.
Did you ever steal from the shop? Steal from the shop and run around the...
I did it. I forgot the consequences though last time I played it. I was doing it. You run around the shopkeeper until he gets dizzy and you walk out. And I thought, brilliant, I did it. I remember being something bad about stealing, and for the rest of the game, everyone calls you just thief. And when you spend as long as I have to come up with names such as Mike Star, it's a bit gutting for everyone to call you thief from then on.
It's illegal, Mike Star.
Thiefed Mike Star.
Quickly, Mike, what's your name of your profile on my console? My Xbox?
Christ Mike Star.
Jesus.
Absolutely disgusting, isn't it?
It's like a spawn child.
So yeah, basically, I know you're all saying, oh, it's a Link's Awakening, rubbish.
No, I love Link's Awakening.
You think about, it was on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
It came out in 1991?
Something like that.
Yeah. It's a very good game. Yeah.
You don't get all scouse and fighty about it. So, should people play Link's Awakening?
They should have already played it.
Yeah.
If they haven't, then they're Mark Dallamore.
It's a great game. It's not my favourite Zelda game.
Has everyone here played it?
Yeah.
I played bits of it.
It was Game Boy.
I played it as shit.
Did you have a Game Boy? You have played it as shit.
Number 19.
We're moving on to number 19, which we've just voted for, Uncharted.
I think we've already
2.
talked about Uncharted enough throughout the whole podcast.
We can move
to
quickly
on.
Forget that, the whole series of podcasts.
No, Chris, we haven't got Mike on the mic at the moment, so we can move on quickly.
Yeah.
And we can be done with Uncharted.
Last time I was like, Mike, so do you want to do another 30 seconds of power? He's like, yeah. And I was like, so not Uncharted related? He went, I've done one non-Uncharted related, haven't I? And the answer was no.
Have you not?
No, this is the first one.
Did you mention Uncharted?
No. Still waiting for a flower reference today.
Well, that was going to be in the
might be
top.
coming soon in the
As
top 20.
As if.
Skyrim, an Uncharted adventure.
Up next, we've got another draw in places 17 and
I like the voting.
18. Are you guys ready?
NBA Jam.
As much as I would love NBA Jam to be in the top 20, I don't want to reveal too much, but NBA Jam has not made it into the top 20. 18 and 17 is between the prestigious Metal Gear Solid 1 and Portal 2.
Metal Gear Solid 1.
Everton 3.
Metal Gear Solid 1 is only at number 17/18.
Well, it's number 17.
Yeah.
It's not getting picked by Paul 2, is it?
My vote goes for Portal 2.
Portal 2. Metal Gear.
Really, Mike?
Metal Gear, yep.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
There.
That's 5-2. Metal Gear Solid Portal 2.
For Stephen Merchant's not in Metal Gear Solid. Unless, hold on,
He plays.
he's not Revolver Ocelot, is he?
They should, in the update, if they make one, they should put him in as Otacon.
Do you think we'll ever get the Metal Gear?
He does look like Otto.
So we'll touch on Portal 2 first, since it's lower. I mean, it's a Game of the Year contender this year, isn't it? It's one of my favourite titles.
It is surprising it's top 20 all time already, though.
I know.
It's a high,
It does strike me as short-sighted
Yeah,
by
it's
whoever put it in there.
I think
a new entry early on there.
I actually prefer Portal 1.
Yeah, well, some idiots
Mainly
have said
because,
that,
like,
yeah.
you know, with the bird,
Yeah,
chats
GLaDOS.
to you all the time.
Yeah.
In the first one, it was like, the first one...
GLaDOS the bird.
And then the second one, it's a bloke, isn't it? It's a bit gay.
No,
it's a bit gay,
it's a
innit?
girl.
No,
It's
it's like
GLaDOS,
bird
but
in-
she
in
every
Portal
single
2.
fucking time, it's like, right, I'm walking out the puzzle, here comes the fucking bird. Fucking chatting in my ear.
I do kind of agree that GLaDOS isn't as good in Portal
Yeah,
2. If that's the
every
point you're trying to
time.
make somehow.
Yeah, that is it.
The
That is it.
birds travel to you every time you walk into a room.
No, walk out of a room.
Come
Yeah,
on,
but
mate.
Stephen Wheatley, Max going on Mike.
Have you done Portal 2?
I have indeed, yeah, loved it. I agree with Jamie. I think it's too short-sighted to call it a top 20 game of all time.
Yeah, definitely.
It's too new.
But then I'd say the same thing about Uncharted 2, and that was the one before. So we're not doing too well. And the other one was an absolute travesty, so 3 in.
Yeah. Well, you say that, but Mark Dallamore and Kai both put Skyrim on their list. And that came out a week ago.
And Gears of War 3 was in many a list.
That is mental.
2 weeks ago.
What are you doing?
But I think it's similar. If you like, say you thought Oblivion was your favourite game of all time.
That's why I put it on the list.
Skyrim's come out. You can clearly look at it and go, "This is a better." No, he put Oblivion on his list. Ryan put Oblivion on his list, and you can clearly say Skyrim is a better game than Oblivion.
Oh, yeah. He's right though. But if you think Oblivion's one of those games, then you put Oblivion on your list.
No.
You put Skyrim because it's the next one.
No, but I didn't because Oblivion was crap.
Well, that's something different.
I think we've had long enough for Portal 2 to sink in. I mean, it stuck with me. I mean, the moments in that game, the humour in that game, just amazing. That kind of humour that you don't find, as you said, Steve, in an article. That kind of humour that you don't tend to find in games. I mean, there are funny bits in games, but they're quite broad. It's quite broad comedy. Whereas I've always found the Valve games to be clever. And Portal 2 stuck with me. One thing I will say against Portal 2 is it's maybe not a game you're going to go back to. Whereas in a game like Skyrim, you've got so much to keep playing for hours and hours and hours. But you know,
well, I think, yeah.
Co-op's great.
I think, and like I said, I do think it really matters the fact that Portal was amazing 4 years ago, and that is fair enough to get in. You love Portal, and Portal 2 is just, I guess you could say Portal 1 is better because it was more focused, but Portal 2 is, if you do them for a Portal to Portal, it does feel more like you've been living with this thing for 4 years, and that's a fair amount of time to say this is an amazing thing.
As a start talking about Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah,
Next.
we're moving up to Metal Gear Solid now.
Yeah, no, Metal Gear Solid has come in at what, number 17 now.
Yeah.
And that's pretty low, but again,
At least, yeah, it should be in the top 10, shouldn't it?
I played Metal Gear Solid for the first time all the way through properly last year, and it was brilliant.
First
Phenomenal.
time.
Yeah, I played it. I
Killed Meryl?
I played.
Oh God.
So Metal Gear Solid is quite a good game, Steve. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's about at least 10 places too low, some might say.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that. It should definitely be in the top 10
But
all time.
at least, yeah, it's amazing. So
why
I'm
you-
imagining Metal Gear 3 is probably going to be high.
Yeah. Why do you think it's come so low then?
It's the problem with games that have like
blame your
5
voting system,
in the
I don't
thing.
mind.
Everyone's going to vote for a different one, even though it's really the same, isn't it? Maybe.
Says the guy who's Counter-Strike, a particular version of Counter-Strike.
He
is
is
his
kind of right
favourite.
though. Like Metal Gear 3 and 1 have probably split loads of the votes.
I
for Metal Gear
suppose.
Solid.
Yeah.
At positions 15 and 16, we've got yet another tiebreak between Super Street Fighter 4 and Counter-Strike 1.6.
Wow.
I fear for Counter-Strike in this one, to be honest.
So this is Mark. All games in the series are the same. With make sure 1.6 is written on the list. Not.
I could have just put Counter-Strike.
Yeah, you could have. You should have.
As a change of format, can Dallamore have a quick moment to try and persuade us to vote for it over Street Fighter? Because obviously there's 6 Street Fighter votes here and Dallamore.
I've done this countless times with Counter-Strike, I think.
Counter-Strike.
Who else voted for
Good
it?
start. You got my
Was it
vote.
just me and Kai?
But both voted very highly for it.
And that was it, and that got us into
You
the
put
top.
it number 1, mate.
This is the point. Now, whereas the opposite is that Super Street Fighter 4, I was one of the persons who voted for it. That's more of a representation of, in my mind, the best game of the long-standing Street Fighter series. So, unlike, I mean, I could have put in Street Fighter 1.6, but I went for more of a broad representation.
Dallamore, convince us. Go.
Counter-Strike is, that's where you get all these Modern Warfares from, all these Battlefields, they all came from Counter-Strike. Team-based.
Quite interesting.
All
that
the
it-
thing about Counter-Strike is the team-based action.
It's
You
very-
can't play Counter-Strike unless you play in a team. And it was a lot more... That's where professional gaming was born, pretty much, with Counter-Strike.
Professional gaming. What do you mean, those tournaments?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were doing
For
so
hundreds
well
of thousands of
until
pounds.
that professional gaming comment.
And it's interesting, it started off its life as a mod, didn't it? For
Yeah,
Team
it's a mod,
Fortress?
completely free as well. Well, you had to have Half-Life 1, and it's one of the most, still in like the top 5 Steam games being played right now.
What's the
Second
map
one.
in it?
The Dust.
Yeah,
The
that's
Dust.
one of the most famous maps
I
ever,
have just
isn't it?
realised that this means Half-Life isn't in there and Counter-Strike is. So it's dawning on me here.
Well, that you need
I'm not happy about
you
this.
need to change the way you've lived your life.
Yeah, I've buggered up and I took a big wrong turn.
So, I mean, I think we can take it as read that Super Street Fighter 4 is going to...
I'm not going to lose sleep over it.
I will vote for Street Fighter.
I haven't played
I've played
Counter-Strike.
so much of it.
I think everyone's played Street Fighter as well, and yeah, it's one of those great fighting games. Yeah,
One of the most iconic.
everyone would have grown up on at some point in their life.
Yeah. 16 is Counter-Strike 1.6. But Mark, I mean, like I said, any game in here is lucky to be here, quite frankly. Lucky to be an
No, I'm
artist.
happy.
You
But
look
that
it,
is
you
my
sound it.
That was my #1 game, and it's come in at 16.
It's good that, like we said, it was only voted for by 2 people. So that goes to show that
I don't know who else
this
voted for Link's Awakening.
the system is completely broken.
Dallamore will be happy that Counter-Strike, because not many top 20s have Counter-Strike.
Yeah, no, I think it's really cool singing there. I played a little bit of Counter-Strike, but actually the little bit I played really sticks in my mind because it was just really tactical. I love it.
I think the impact that Counter-Strike's had, a lot of people underestimate, even if you haven't played it.
Yeah, but that's like when you say to people, "Oh, what do you mean you don't like the Beatles?" And they go, "Well, I just think the Beatles are shit." Obviously, they're wrong, but then you have to then explain to them the impact the Beatles had on music. And yeah, Counter-Strike has had a huge effect on gaming and multiplayer gaming and the way we perceive team-based gamings.
Having said that,
why are you talking?
Having said that, I'm wondering where World of Warcraft is going to come in the top 20. Team-based, the influence it's had online,
We'll see.
Carved its own.
But unfortunately,
I don't think it's going to be in there at all.
Well, this is a top 20 list of games rather than a top 20 lists of substitutes for your real life. And I'm not putting in a quote-unquote game that has resulted to the death of babies.
Well, Mike voted for PlayStation Home.
Yeah, #1. What's the problem with that?
PlayStation Home was #1.
You got Sodium Blitz. You got basketball. That's all in there.
I've never.
Sodium Blitz.
Yeah, there's a thing.
Don't say Sodium
Home.
Blitz with so much disgust when VVVVVVVV is a game we all need to check out immediately.
Home.
Well, no, we're moving on to now the number 15 in the charts, Super Street Fighter 4, if you like, Arcade Edition. But
Street Fighter 4 is that thing that is
amazing.
It's amazing because it's so similar. It is very similar to 2. I mean, but it's the perfect evolution. So you can't really say 2 is better. You could say it's your favourite still because obviously there's more memories, more kind of personality. But 4 is just too good.
Features all the iconic characters that we all grew up with, but they still kind of somehow look cool and not dated. And if you played the Street Fighter games when you were younger, I mean, you can just pick up the pad of this game and join and use the tactics that you used to use and stuff. Plus, it's very deep if you're going to spend the time to get into it.
It's the fighting game I played the most ever. So,
you're good. You are very good with Blanca. You're good with Blanca, aren't you, Mike?
I'm really good with Blanca.
It's also got Robot Zangief in it. So that's
DLC.
Doesn't matter, mate.
And
have you seen Robot Zangief?
Yeah, he's very good.
He's the greatest thing. And Glorious Golden and
Glorious
Bison.
Golden Bison is... I mean, I'm Bison, man.
There's a lot of depth to that game.
It's an incredible game. Super Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, you can spend hours perfecting a character. Go on.
Don't like Street Fighter.
Don't like Street Fighter. Is that true?
I'll give Mac my headset.
I don't really...
No, you don't like Street Fighter. What about beat-em-ups as a whole?
Yeah, beat-em-ups are good.
Oh, yeah, really? But you don't like Street Fighter?
Do you actually
sort of
like
known as the king of beat-em-ups.
Yeah, but it's all a bit projectile-y.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
depends what character you are.
That's for sure.
You watch...
Dallamore's a huge Virtua
Definitely
Fighter
not
fan.
that shit.
Right, you watch an Edwards Power tactical masterclass.
I haven't seen
Blanca
one.
Bison. No projectiles.
No projectiles.
Both men blocking in the corner of separate corners.
Blanca is a projectile himself.
Exactly. Well, Bison as well.
Yeah.
He throws himself at people.
So you like fighters, but you don't like Street Fighter, right?
Yeah, not a big fan.
I think you do like it, but...
No.
You haven't liked a single Street Fighter?
No. Wow. Not a single one.
Explain why. Explain why. What puts you off of them?
It's just a bit boring, man. It's all a bit, he's over there, I'm over there. How can I get a bit closer to him?
I think there's a lot to say about a franchise that's as old as the Street Fighter franchise and is still going strong. I think there's a lot to say for that.
Yeah,
definitely. 3 times in 3 years is just a testament to how much.
Yeah, wait a minute. Can we update it to the arcade version?
There's a reason why Street Fighter's on top. It's well good. It's well good.
I heard recently that Mortal Kombat has consistently outsold Street Fighter.
Mortal Kombat's outsold Street Fighter this year. It's a very
supposedly it's supposed to be consistently every title.
I think it's similar to the way Modern Warfare outsells everything.
Touche.
Violence in it. And 12-year-olds will buy it.
This year's, yeah. I mean, Steve, Mike, and I were discussing the other night about why users, quote unquote, go on Metacritic and give games 0, and that's because most gamers are 12. I mean, this year's Mortal Kombat was a lot of fun, but a better fighting game than Street Fighter 4, it is not. Right, number 14, we have the first not draw.
Yes.
It's Super Mario Brothers 3 on the NES.
No, Mario 3 is a phenomenal game, man. It's my favorite Mario game off of Mario 64.
It's my favorite Mario game, full stop.
It is.
Without a doubt. I'm a massive Mario fan, but that one is quite a long way ahead of any of the other ones for me. It's like I still play it like as recently as like a few months ago. Me and my mate just played through it again because it's just too good.
I bought it on the Virtual Console on the Wii, and it's just ridiculously playable for now. It's just, I mean, it's unbelievably playable. So is Mario 1, to be fair. They both stand up.
There's so much variety in the
World,
levels. It's ridiculous, that game.
Yeah.
I do prefer the SNES version now, I will say.
What, of Mario 3?
Or the All-Stars one.
See,
was it different?
I'm the opposite. I much prefer the 8-bit sort of graphics. Although it is annoying that every time you move on the overworld screen, the music cuts out because it goes.
I've actually got to say,
ding. I've only played the All Stars version. I didn't know there was a big difference between.
Yeah, there is. Well, it's not a big difference. It's minor aesthetic differences. But I've got to say, I used to be of the All Stars camp is better. Kai actually said I prefer the All Stars version to me yesterday, but I've come to learn that that was a period I was going through. I.e., these remastered episodes of Red Dwarf and Star Wars are clearly better because they're newer with better graphics and blah blah blah. But. Now I've gone back to the more sensible old school is best school, and the NES version is better.
It's the same, but looks nicer.
It's got an element of that.
It's not
replacing Hayden Christensen with thingy at the end.
Yeah, why is Hayden Christensen in place of Luigi?
But the end of every single castle. You know, when you get to the castle. Sorry, when you get to the castle and the end of every world, and the king is like turning into an animal. They changed all 8 animals to something different in the All Stars version for no reason.
They changed it to enemies that were in Mario Brothers 2 on the All Stars cartridge. Lazy. Couldn't be bothered to put the new sprites in.
Wow.
And Hayden Christensen is in it as well.
It had some really.
That's right. Fuck it off.
Anyway,
there's some really cool things in 3 that I really liked. I think it perfected that really simple overworld. It wasn't like the kind of overly complicated that you might get in like a Galaxy.
Was it the first overworld ever?
I think not ever. I don't know. But Mario.
It was brilliant as well. Like playing it 2-player.
And seeing your little Mario, and when you're small, you're small on the little overworld. And they used that in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and it was cool, kind of seeing yourself.
Plus, it's got the little shoe in it as well.
Got a shoe and Rakuni, Tanuki.
Yeah, the debut.
Cause a lot of fuss these days.
Yeah.
Fuck Peter.
And the hammer. That's the other thing. It's got the most brilliant like Mario suit. You've got the little Hammer Bros suit, which is just my favourite suit because when you go crouch, you're like indestructible.
Yeah. Right, we're moving on from number 14 to number 13. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I'm out.
Yes. It's widely regarded as an absolutely amazing game.
Well, that's false.
No, it's not.
Incorrect.
At what point is it not? It is widely regarded as one of the best games. Hell no. Mac played it for the first time this year in the 3D HD remake.
Yeah, played it for the first time this year. Has aged quite well. Obviously, you have to bear in mind it's 9 years old.
Did you play that
Yeah.
HD remake though?
Yeah,
So
I did.
That's not really. Yeah.
No, but the mechanics are the same. The
storytelling,
graphics and everything they've changed.
Flows very nicely, doesn't it?
Well, it's same thing. No.
No. Anyway, it's a good game, but I have to say I think it's been ranked a little bit too highly.
Average.
Top 20.
You must all for people to say that Sands of Time is one of the great games.
Average. It's forgettable, man.
Oh,
it's just another game.
This got on the list, much like Counter-Strike. This is on the list because 2 or 3 people ranked it incredibly highly.
Okay.
Evans, Power,
but
and
much like
Counter-Strike,
much not like Counter-Strike, I should say, is that nothing followed it.
I'll tell you what followed it. Right.
Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah, and how high did Assassin's Creed rank in this?
It's not in the list.
It's not on this list. It's not on no one's list.
Surprise!
Because Prince of Persia.
Spawn games are shit.
Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time still stands as one of the great testaments to character telling and storytelling in a game, and setting. It's the setting it is in the kind of Arabian Nights setting is captured so well.
It's not very popular.
And one of the better movie adaptations.
And one of the better top 10 movies.
It was adapted from that movie last year, starring
Top 10
that was only
computer
good
movies.
Jake Gyllenhaal and his hotness.
Sexy.
You say nothing followed it, Ryan, but I mean, my hair came after that game.
That's
and
true.
I think we all know.
I apologise. Yeah, you know what?
Well, I do go into a hairdresser
Chris's
now
hair.
and say, "Give me the Persia."
Give me the Persian. Give me the Persian. Yeah, it's a shame Evans isn't here to back me up because.
You don't need any backup, Mike. It's
have
a
you
great
played
game.
it?
No.
You haven't played it?
It's unbelievable.
I played it. It's very good.
Time to play these average games.
I know I'm but one member of the RGF team, but I strongly believe that if you haven't played a game, you can't legitimately slag it off.
Of course you can.
The only thing
That's ridiculous. That's
The only thing you can
not
legitimately.
That's ridiculous.
The only thing you can legitimately
You
slag off.
do this all the time.
I don't.
You did it with Fallout 3. Which you barely
You
played.
did it with Fallout 3.
And you wrote it off
I
completely.
played Fallout 3. I played it for over an hour. And anyway, the only thing you can legitimately slag off without watching all of it is Lost, because it's too long.
Yeah, I agree.
It's too long. It's too long.
It's also shit. But yeah.
I'm not here to say if it's good or bad,
your
but
tongue,
what
Mike,
I will
bite
say.
your tongue.
Wait, sorry, it's too long. That's your problem with it.
No, I'm saying is.
Pirates of the Caribbean 3. That's another one.
No, Mike,
Sorry, Lost Problem is too long.
No. I'm just let me. Don't do that. I mean, well, why should I argue with you when you're just going to make noises over the top of me? You already lose. You lose the argument.
What were you saying?
Are you sure you've got all the noises out? What I was saying is, you can say I don't like Lost without watching the entire show.
No, you can't.
Of course you can.
Don't like.
How much time?
Oh, I guess technically, yeah, you can say. I don't like the person who lives at 79 Lane in America. I don't know him, so I don't like him.
Don't know what that is. I don't know
You
what
say you
that
don't
is.
like Lost because you don't know it.
No, I'm saying I don't like Lost because I've seen enough of it to know that I don't like it.
I'm pretty sure you
How
can
much have you
watch
seen of it?
4 episodes and say, I don't like this, it's shit.
Well, that's what it's
You
about
don't
the
have to
Wire.
watch
We have to
the
watch more of the
entire,
Wire. to
like,
watch
9
Lost.
or
We're not
whatever
going to Wire
fucking
versus
episodes
Lost.
it was.
That's not true. The pilots are Lost groundbreaking stuff. But anyway, yeah, let's definitely not do this. This
Yeah,
is
I know,
ridiculous.
but what I'm saying is,
What's groundbreaking about Lost?
The pilot.
When the plane flies into the ground.
yeah,
That's where they lost me. When the plane.
If I had a mic, I'd have made that same joke, James.
you're saying the pilot's groundbreaking, but he was hardly that good a pilot, was he? Because
He played Matt Parkman in Heroes.
they all crashed. So we're moving up from Sands of Time,
How can
which
you?
appears to have been a controversial
That was a
entry.
big
there.
one, yeah.
my wild card to
I
chop
just
that out.
One thing before we go.
Chris, what do you think of Sands of Time being in there? You haven't said anything.
I think it's a good game, but it's not in my top 20, is it? But this is a democratic vote by lots of people, so people have spoken.
It's an
This is the
interesting
problem.
choice.
I don't think everyone should have the vote.
That's
Anyone that puts NBA Jam in their top 20 does not deserve a vote. I agree.
You don't think anyone? Well, I mean, that's an ethical question, isn't it? But it's not. We're not here to solve that problem. That's a bigger issue. Does everyone have the right to vote? I mean,
No.
there are a lot of stupid people in this world.
Absolutely not.
But okay, so we should have the stupid people the intelligent people in the world can vote for stuff like government, and the stupid people can stick to voting on things like X Factor
And top 20 games lists.
top 20 games.
That's the best way I've heard anyone ever pick.
Cheers.
I completely agree with that.
I,
Big Brother, X Factor, Dancing with the Stars.
You should be. You should be forced to pick between whoever's in government.
Government.
And X Factor.
government or Dancing on Ice.
So we're not allowed to vote for both if we want to.
No.
No, one exclusive, one or the other.
You're right.
'Cause I do
the,
wonder-
the majority of the population would vote to get fucking Sunita taken out of the jungle.
Exactly.
And then they go, oh, taxes are too high. And you'd be like, well, you used your vote to put Sunita in a bag full of bugs, didn't you? So we're moving on to number 12, which is Metal Gear Solid 3. So you can stop your bitching, because there's 2 Metal Gear Solids thus far in the list.
So wait a minute, the second best game of the Metal Gear Solid, we're clapping. There was no round of applause for the other one. The better one, the original. The pioneer, if you will.
I didn't know we were doing rounds of applause.
Well, apparently for a game that Mike and Ryan voted for, they both clapped for it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to,
They looked a bit special when they did that clap as well.
So we both put Metal Gear Solid 3 on our lists.
It's amazing.
You don't have
Yeah.
to look in his eyes.
I do have to look at it.
Get closer.
Whoa, hey.
Can you sing Ebony and Ivory after your...
Am I Ebony?
I vote for it as well.
What?
No.
What happened?
Stay out.
What did he say?
Well, Matt, they're like doing this, and then Matt's like, well, I vote for it as well.
So
what's going on here?
Metal Gear Solid 3 as well. He did. Metal Gear Solid 3 is again kind of like Street Fighter 4. It is an improved version of Metal Gear Solid 1.
Oh, definitely.
That's
definitely.
bullshit.
No, but
That's
I mean,
absolute
by
bollocks.
the mechanics, the sneaking, everything else
so
was
much better.
yeah.
The mechanics?
The sneaking.
They take away the
camouflage.
radar. You don't have a radar anymore. You've got this shitty...
Don't need it.
No, no,
Dropped out
that's
unnecessary features.
That
mate.
subsistence
All right,
in the main
Chris,
thing
can you just read out? Was it Subsistence at number 13?
It just says Metal Gear
Oh,
Solid
that's funny.
3.
I imagine it was Subsistence. So we're talking about the one with the god-awful camera that was pretty bad in 1998, and by 2004, it was... No.
Perfect.
The
It
snake
was
off
all
of it.
Right, did 3 have a better theme song, or did 1 have a better theme song?
Which one does everyone know?
They all have it, doesn't it?
I mean, we all love Snake Eater, but the Metal Gear Solid theme tune is legendary.
Surely is that in 3?
Good start. Let's move on. So Metal Gear's got a better theme tune.
Yeah, it's remixed in 3, and remixes are always better than the original.
Best, always.
Interesting.
I'll tell you what it has got.
Yeah.
Hold on,
it's got a 5-minute ladder climb section.
You're not climbing.
I hated that bit.
Epic.
That was the worst moment in a Metal
You didn't
Gear
enjoy climbing a ladder for 5 minutes as the music built and built and built.
Yeah, it was a shit song too.
It was tough, you know, but I got through it in the end.
Yeah, I love that bit because it was just like what Metal Gear Solid is great for. It was just random. Suddenly, like you're just climbing. Why are you doing that?
I'm not a hater on Metal Gear Solid 3. I know you love it, but I'm not buying that it's above Metal Gear Solid 1.
Well, I mean, it's tough. These lists are gonna be tough because obviously the newer games are more playable, more accessible, easier to fall in love with. I did play 3 before 1, to be fair.
It is between 3 and 1, isn't it? Like,
yeah, they are the two best.
They've got the best boss battles. The boss battles in 3 are.
Well, Mike, you did say you played 3 before 1, so maybe again it goes back to that old.
Of course.
First time you play it.
I mean, Steve, would you fall in the category of 3 as a better game, but 1 you love more, or do you think 1 is actually a better game all round in terms of everything?
The story in 1, and it's such a heavy story-based game, so I prefer the story in 1. 3 has got a great story. It's funny because 2 and 4 have god-awful stories all the time. I mean, it's hard to know what's going on.
I have no idea.
But thankfully,
complicated stories in gaming history.
2, nearly complicated. The first half of 2 is fine, and then they think, fuck it.
The tanker level is really good.
This
other guy,
this other dude
comes along.
So the twist
and he's
is
naked,
the
and he's
twist is
cartwheeling.
you thought it was going to be a good story, and then they go, ha no.
But then they do save it with 3 because they go back and they do a prequel, which is amazing.
So I've played 1 and a bit of 4, but I will be getting that amazing HD collection in February. So I'm going to play 1 through 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Peace Walker.
I'm completing.
Trophies.
I'm putting Peace Walker in there.
So it is up. I think 3 just cropped up again.
A few things that 3
more
does.
people's lists. That's all. Maybe not as high as it never creeped up as high as Metal Gear Solid 1, but it creeped up on more lists.
This point right here, right, is the end, because the end is maybe the best boss fight in any game ever. It's genius. The fact that you can just leave, like Rathbone, we've chatted about it, but the fact you can not play the game for a week and you'll beat the boss because you'll die of old age.
Yeah, that's
it's fucking hilarious.
In 3, there's
and you can kill him early.
It's a sniper battle that.
Was it good?
Yeah, there's so many ways. Like you see him ages before the game. You could, if you're quick enough, you could have killed him a few hours before. When you fight him, you're sniping. Yeah, he's there. He's really tense. You don't know where he is. In case you see like a glare off his lens, you see a parrot, or he's so old that if you just turn off the console and let the clock run by a week,
but you get like
he'll die from old age because a week will have passed and he'll die.
You get all these like
it's amazing
items in the game, and you have to you get this heartbeat sensor, which you have to basically scan the entire forest looking for him.
Yeah,
you'll finally sense heartbeat. Moment. You have to creep so much. If he sees you, he never misses.
He can
He'll
go
kill
on for
you.
hours.
Yeah, he can. Like it took me an hour and a half to do that boss fight, but it was brilliant.
What do you guys think of Metal Gear Solid's kind of winks to the audience, like when they break the fourth wall and say, "Check the back of the CD case for Meryl's."
I loved it in 1. I hate it in 4.
Same.
4 was embarrassing.
Do they do in 4?
They did it multiple times.
4 they do gay jokes. Like, so there's a bit in 1 where you have to change your disc, and then in 4 you get to this because you go back to Shadow Moses. You go back to the same moment, like you go down these stairs, and then Otacon appears and he goes, "Don't forget to change the disc." Oh wait, no, we're on PS3 with their amazing Blu-ray disc, so we don't have to change the disc.
Yeah.
Oh well, carry on the game. And it's like,
dirty.
Fuck off. Almost stop playing the game.
I do love Blu-rays. So.
Dallamore's looking at me in horror.
So that takes us up to number 11. So we're nearly into the top 10. And number 11 is Mass Effect 2. Get Ryan on mic now. Get him on the mic. Mark, Dallamore, and Ryan. You clearly like shagging a lot of aliens because.
What number are we at?
How's it?
11.
This is number 11.
What the hell are you guys? What's wrong with you guys?
It's not
fucking believable. All of you.
Now this whole new. Well, never mind about that. I mean, let's.
I didn't actually put him in my top 20.
Instead of hate, instead of bile.
What you saying?
Me either. We do love it.
Let's write a little love letter to the game Mass Effect 2 right now. Off you go.
Surely we should start where all Mass Effect 2 conversations start. Miranda's bum.
It's just like, have you seen it?
What, her ass? It's good ass.
That's worth it being an extra place in the list, don't
I mean, it's just crazy. You've never seen anything like this in a game. It's just like, how?
The thing about Mass Effect is sci-fi, and it's RPG.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
So it's the two nerdiest components together.
Come together in a way that you've always dreamed of.
It's like Final Fantasy VIII. Did you like Final Fantasy VIII?
No.
Sci-fi and RPG, mate?
No.
This is a JRPG.
There's a bunch of faggot characters in that game. So don't make it. It's not that
Unlike
good.
Mass Effect.
Hey,
everyone's mad.
Are you calling Shepard a faggot?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to.
Depends how you play
like
it,
Mass
really,
Effect.
doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. You can't. It's very clearly shown you can't.
Steve tried, but
Well, Garrus. That's
Garrus
what I'll say.
wouldn't.
This is the second point.
Why do you love Garrus so much?
You haven't played the game,
Yeah.
Chris. It's
Mate,
as simple as that, mate. When you
Hey,
play the game,
I've met him.
you fall in love
I've
with
met him.
Steve, I can't believe it's not in your top 20 because I remember the day you walked into my office.
So a little Freudian slip from Dallamore.
Don't say that about Mass Effect. This is my office. The company's office.
You are calling Felix to QA as your
The office. Brilliant. When,
That's what you say. That's what you say to girls, isn't it?
That person you didn't know, you didn't know who he was until you met him, and then it turned out to be Garrus, and you were like the happiest person in the room.
Yeah. This has been covered before, but yeah, I copied my Shepard's exact reaction. Arms in the air.
Garrus.
I just couldn't hug him because we just have a television there.
Connect, mate. Connect.
To be honest, like, I only played Mass Effect 2 this year, and I didn't want to put anything that I've played that recently because most of my list is more nostalgia. Like,
You want to dwell on it a little bit.
Yeah, like, and I prefer Knights of the Republic as well, so that's why it's not in there. I don't want too many BioWare RPGs.
KOTOR.
That would be awful, wouldn't it, Ryan?
That would be amazing.
Well, they
if
make the
list
best
was full.
RPGs.
They
so-
do. They know what they're doing, guys. They know. They know all the ingredients you need to make it perfect.
Not true, because Dragon Age would be good then.
Oh,
Whoa,
Dragon Age
whoa,
2.
Whoa.
Dragon Age 2 was wank.
No doubt.
I love Dragon Age. Dragon Age 1 was brilliant. The
It's a
second
little
one.
experiment every now and then. Everyone does it.
But I thought you said they know how to do it. Why are they experimenting?
Get the
Idiots
work
like
experience,
you out
kids.
there,
Are
they
we
need
talking
to-
about game making or homosexual fantasies?
Yeah, you can. I was just being
Experimenting.
General.
Yeah, everyone does experiment. So, you're probably the biggest Mass Effect fan I've ever met. How many playthroughs are you up to now?
I've done 7. Number 8's pending.
Is that it?
God,
Pending.
I've always wanted to hear this, Ryan, from you.
Go on.
Defend the end of the game, the final boss. Defend it. What is going on there?
At this point in the game, okay, the final boss is shit. It's just a big piece of shit that you got.
You're not going to hear it, Steve. You're not going to hear that defense.
There's no defense
It's a
there.
good case for the defense.
The defense is it's not about that guy. It's about your team.
I
it's
agree.
about those guys that
The
you
ending's
carry
a-
through the game. You got to get these guys out of here, man.
You could end the game with a team.
I know it didn't work out for you.
Solo Shepard over here. Right?
There are ways where you can get one of those many team members that you
Mass
have out
suicide
there alive.
Shepard.
So it wasn't just the massacre section of the game.
Oh,
The
wow.
massacre.
No,
Ryan?
that was playthrough number 5 for me.
Ryan.
Mike's team didn't die, they just left.
Mutiny on aboard the Normandy.
Didn't Miranda turn the gun on herself at one point?
Ryan, what's the name of your Shepherd?
Which one?
Oh,
Would you call them different things?
amazing.
Oh yeah. You gotta be more
Well,
specific.
come on then. Can you tell us the names of the 8 Shepherd twins?
Chris, earlier it was Canon Shepard.
Canon
The
Shepard.
Canon storyline is his first playthrough.
Yeah, first playthrough is canon.
And your first
Everything
playthrough's
else-
on a female.
Always, because it's more interesting when a female saves the
understand that
universe.
logic,
It's more, out there. It's not really going to happen. So, it's I'm just come on.
No, I'd probably be shopping for shoes instead of saving the universe. Hi-oh!
That's in Xena, Warrior Princess.
That's playthrough number 3, Xena Shepard. She's sniper.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What's the playthrough number 2?
Playthrough number 2, yeah. Xena Shepard, that's amazing. Of course. Playthrough number 2, Raven Shepard, the black guy. He's badass. He's bad. He
Raven
doesn't
Shepard.
give a fuck about anyone.
Is that Raven the bird or Raven the dancer?
We have to
Raven,
get
like a bird. But there are dance bits in there where he becomes Raven.
Have you played Shepherd yet?
No, that's
What about Mass Effect
there's another
Shepard?
guy.
That one.
I got generic
I
shepherds.
haven't got around to those ones
God,
yet. I haven't
very
got around.
simple, haven't we? Shepard, Mass Effect Shepard, generic.
I've never played with the generic
Play through
Shepard.
6 Shepard.
He's not Shepard.
So hold on.
Mine was Mike Star.
I want to know, Ryan, the Shepard that failed everything, what was his name?
He's just John.
Just John. He's just the generic one.
Shepard, yeah.
Hold on. You're on your 8th playthrough, right?
Yeah.
Is that Mass Effects 1 and 2, or just 2?
I did 6 playthroughs in the first one, and I carried all those through to the second one
Wow.
and did all those. But when I was going to get him killed, I was like, I'm not wasting one of my playthroughs from Mass Effect 1 just so he can die. So I created a new one, John, And you know, I played through the whole thing
I
with
thought I
mask
liked
on
the
because I
game.
couldn't look at him. I couldn't look at him knowing he was gonna die. So we had a mask on for the whole thing, and he just didn't make it in the end. And I've kind of forgotten about him now because he's not gonna be part of the third one.
What are the other playthrough? What are the other shepherds called?
So it's, you know, there's Mara Jade, she's number 1. And then Raven Shepherd number 2. Then there's Xena. Then there's Mary. Then there's Martin.
Martin.
Martin Shepherd. That's right. So he's the techie guy. So
He does the filing on the Normandy.
Exactly. It doesn't always work out for Martin. Not all the crew made it through. That was the key thing I was looking for. I was like, only the clever guys are gonna make it through.
Does Martin find love in Mass Effect?
No. He's solo.
No,
Solo.
Martin,
He
the tech guy, has no time
He
for
was
love.
solo in the first one, and he was solo in the second one. So he's just gonna see how it turns out for Martin in the third one.
I'm so glad. Is that all of them?
Yeah.
So that's Ryan's. Oh no, we're not doing the name of Ryan's shepherds. We're doing top 20.
Yeah.
Top 20 shepherd names.
Well, that's Mass Effect 2, though. I mean, you don't need to ask us. Go look on the internet. People like Mass Effect 2.
Please turn over to side B.